Hello, how you doing? This is Randall from No Age, and you're watching No Age Breakdowns. Today, I thought I would talk about my first pedal, and also show you guys how to play Eraser from our 2008 album Nouns. But first, let's look at this, the pedal that started it all. The pedal that I got probably somewhere in 1993, 94 from Guitar Center in West Covina. It's this beauty here, the DOD FX59 Thrash Master. This pink pedal was the first guitar pedal I ever got. It started me down a path of many pedals to come after it. But this thing is the funniest pedal you could ever start with, I think, because it's bright pink. And I remember taking it over to friends' houses when I was, 12 and 13, and everybody thought it was really weird because we were all really into Nirvana, and Nirvana didn't have pink guitar pedals, but I did. And this is called Thrash Master. I didn't know what thrash music was, and I certainly wasn't a master of anything. But this pedal has been with me for it feels like my entire life. DOD, I didn't know much about DOD. I didn't know much about anything. I didn't know how to play guitar. But I got this pedal, and it doesn't have your standard, like Boss power supply. So I had to find a battery for this one. So it sounds like a really blown out, white noise, fuzzy, distortion pedal, but it's kind of funny. And I'll plug it in and play it a little bit here, and then we'll go from there. I mean, there definitely is something sentimental about having, first pedal. I stopped playing it probably somewhere by the end of the 90s, I think. I forget what I got. I don't think I ever got many other distortion pedals. What I found was the amps distortion. If you had an amp that could get dirty and break up enough, that would way better distortion anyway. So I didn't really get another distortion pedal till the full tone Fat Boost, which again was kind of then driving what the amps were doing. I quickly realized that, pedals could only do so much. But, there's a lot of really great pedals. I just couldn't get them out in the suburbs in the 90s because I didn't know what I was doing. So let's hear this. Insane. It's super loud and super fuzzy, and it's got a level, presence, and distortion knob. So this is what the amp sounds like. So much low end, which is kind of cool, but it just kind of turns everything into mud. It's a huge boost, which is kind of fun. It's a big pink distortion pedal. It definitely made whatever practice amps and small, little like 8-inch speaker things sound insane and kind of get really big and messy, which was fun. I think that kind of did its trick. But I definitely remember feeling embarrassed for having a pink pedal early on, going to jam. And remember, every high school jam kind of sounded like this. Probably not that in time. It's probably a lot more out of time. Like up and slow down. And I think that's what a lot of songs sounded like for me from, age 12 to about age 16. And then I learned a few other chords and slightly better timing. So speaking of which, another early song that Dean and I wrote was a song, Eraser. It was a song that probably could have been included on Weirdo Rippers. We had the main sort of riff in the beginning, but didn't really have the middle part of it. So we didn't record it. It wasn't really finished. We would kind of mess around with it. We had the first part about it. And then we were on tour in England with Mikimiko in 2007. And I think we had a day off. Somebody had to go somewhere, do something. And for whatever reason, we had a day off. And Chris Tipton from Upset the Rhythm, promoter, record label, all around. He put out our first EP in England. He had a relationship with the people at Southern Studios. And so he asked if we would want to record or if we had stuff, because we'd been playing new songs on the tour that we were getting ready to make a record, which would become Nouns. We didn't know what it was called at that point. So we went into Southern Studios sometime in 2007. Here, let me turn this off for a second. Found this DVD-ROM in a box not too long ago. What does it say? Oh, it's backwards for you guys, so you can't see it, but it says 4/7/2007. So that was the exact date, April 7th, 2007. We went to Southern Studios in London and recorded 4 songs. I think the songs were Eraser. Ooh, this would be a good question. Dean would remember this kind of thing. I think it was Eraser and I forget what else. Maybe Minor. And one or two of the ambient tracks were on Nouns. But it was amazing to be at Southern. I mean, Southern was a legendary studio that so many bands had recorded in. It was in a flat, so it was in a house in kind of suburbs or outside of London. And the main living room when you first walked in was the live room. And then there was kind of a hallway and a kitchen, and then the mixing room was all the way in the back. And I mean, bands like Crass, Sonic Youth, I don't know, a million other awesome bands recorded there, but you could see who recorded there because a lot of people had put stickers up. So there was like the front door on the back of it had tons of stickers on there, and I think we were kind of nervous to record there, but it felt like a cool opportunity to get to do something. So I think we had finished writing that riff, for like the main middle part of Eraser, somewhere in there. But it's funny, if you listen to the song, I just listened to it on Spotify earlier, and there's a bit of talking in the beginning, and that's Dean and Chris Tipton talking about kale, and Chris says it's something like cabbage. It's a bit like cabbage, isn't it? And we thought that was really funny. I think I was recording acoustic guitar in the hallway in between the kitchen and the live room, and so they had the mic on the acoustic guitar, and it picked up Dean and Chris having a conversation in the kitchen. I don't know if they were making lunch or something, but we left that first part on the song. So that's some insider info there. But the main riff is brighten it up. So it's going to be like, kind of this D bar chord, but you're just playing the high 3 strings. And so we're going to do like the high E on the 5th fret, and then B on the 7th fret, and G on the 7th fret. I do it with my pointer finger, and then pointer finger on the high E, pinky on the B, and then ring finger on the G. So it's a D. It's like. So you're in D, and then you slide up to E minor, which then looks like a ring finger on the high E, middle finger on the 7th fret, high E 7th fret, middle finger on the B string on the 8th fret, then ring finger on the G string on the 9th fret. Somewhat in tune, almost in tune. So you go to D, to B minor, And then you just kind of do it going back and forth between those two chords for most of the intro. And then the third chord in that figure is what is that? That's your E, F, so F sharp minor. And again, you're sort of keeping that same finger position as the E minor, and you're just moving up 2 frets. So that's your pointer finger on the 9th, middle finger on the 10th, and then ring finger on the 11th. So of E, B, G. So these are all on the high E, B, and G strings. The main intro part, and then you just kind of do a big. Then you're gonna strum from the low A open and the D open. And then you kind of mute everything, come back to that first part. Use the DD5 on a short delay, like on the second shortness setting, so with the kind of delay time of, so you're kind of in tune or in time. So that kind of delay in there kind of helps smooth things out and kind of make it sound, kind of washy. Sorry, a little out of tune. But then it gets big. Then you kick in your full tone fat boost or whatever you have in there. And again, that's just your full D power chord here. So pointer finger pressing down the low A string across everything on the 5th fret, and then you can do the D, G, B all pressed down on the 7th fret. So and then go back down here to A. So again, pointer finger on the D, G, and B down to the 2nd fret there. And then it comes into the riff where Dean starts singing, and that's your then you're kind of getting into folk chords, cowboy chords. What's the best way to look at this? Fingers. So you're gonna do your D, D major, which is high E on the 2nd fret, B on the 3rd fret, G on the 3rd fret. I'm sorry, G on the 2nd fret. So second on G, 3rd on B, 2nd on E. So something like that. So you're I'll take this delay off so you can hear it. So you're doing your D. And then you go up to a G, which again is we're just going to be playing on the B, G, and D strings. So that's B 3rd fret, G 4th fret, D 5th fret. The high E string with my pinky onto the 5th fret. D, D, G, then back to A, which again is your kind of ring finger smashing everything down from the D on the 2nd fret, G 2nd fret, B 2nd fret, and then the kind of high E just gets muted in there. It's stuck under my fat fingers. So all together, so it's going to go D, G, D, G, A, D. So that's the main riff where Dean's singing. And then what does it do? Then it comes back up here to that intro part. So we're going to go back to the intro. So then we're going to do the last chord is the only chord that's introduced there is a G, which is the G major. So that's your high E on the 10th fret, and then B and G are on the 12th fret. So D major, E minor, F sharp minor, to G major. So there at the end if you want. Now we're going to do D power chord to A power chord to G power chord. The A power chord is the 10th fret barred all the way down like that on the 10th fret, and then making kind of a E chord shape. So that's A12, D12, G11. So then A, 5th fret all the way smashed down, 7th fret for the A, D, 6th fret for the G, then for the G chord, smashing down that 3rd fret, and then A and D are on the 5th fret, and then again G is on the 4th. Pretty sure I did something like that. If you don't want to do the power chords, I think what I actually was doing, power chords are easier, but that for sake of accuracy, I think I may have played it one way on the record and another way once you start playing it live a bunch. So again, you're starting with that D chord, and then you're going to make a shape that looks like a C chord, but you're going to be playing your ring finger on the A 12th fret, middle finger on the D 11th fret. They're going to skip the D, and then skip the G string, and then your pointer finger is on B 9. So kind of like a C shape, but starting from A. So that's a version of an A chord. That D kind of just gets muted or gets in there, and it's so fuzzy you can't really hear it. And then you move that same shape down 2 frets to the G chord. Turn on that delay a little bit more so you can really hear it. Long chord. that's Eraser off the album Nouns. Let me know what else you guys want to hear. My voice is coming back. Yeah, it was fun. We can do this again. Hit me up with what you want me to play, what you guys want to know about gear-wise, and I will be back on Thursday. Okay, thanks. Bye.